Maru could try to pull off something crazy here too to boost his confidence in game one. But we have loaded in, guys. So here's the matchup. Maru INnoVation, set one of Group A in the semifinals this season in the Star League here at OnGameNet. And of course, we are going to go right into the game as we see the yellow Terran here, who's going to be Maru, spawning in the bottom left side of the map. And after checking out some of his own handsome SCVs, we will be, of course, looking at the other side of the map, the bottom right. It's going to be another Terran in blue color, and that will be none other than the reigning WCS champion, INnoVation.
Of course. INnoVation, pretty much the best player in the world right now. No one can really deny that. He has just absolutely dominated everybody that he's had to face. And, you know, the one time where someone, you know, kind of struck a mortal wound to him, Solkey, in the WCS Korean finals recently from last season, you know, that was like the last time we really saw a lot of weakness out of INnoVation, and he got his revenge in the round of 8. Yep,
he 3-0'd, and while they were intense matches, by the end it definitely looked convincing. And having talked to him after that match, Whiplash, you know, I was like, I know you semi-joked during an interview where you said, if Hellbats get nerfed, I get nerfed too. Like, they're just so strong, and I'm just using them the best way right now. And he goes, yeah, I have been nerfed. I'm not playing at my best level. I don't think I'm playing that well. I think I'm playing just good enough. And whoops, I 3-0'd Solkey for my revenge when I'm not at my peak. Like, what does that say about this guy? You know, I don't know. There's a sign for Maru, of course. Lots of fans for the young and up-and-coming player. But INnoVation, man, like, he's confident, but the way he shows his confidence is in, like, this masked modesty, right? Where he's like, well, I always have room to improve. I am always looking to become the best player. You're already the best player, man. Just, like, say it outright. This guy's an incredible player.
Looking at the openings here, we did see a gas first from Maru, so we could be seeing some pretty fast Banshees or Widowmines out from his side of the map. As opponent INnoVation opening up quite standard here, just going for the Barracks and Refinery right afterwards. It's about to come, the Barracks about to complete for Maru here as well. As INnoVation sends over his first SCV, he's going to spot that fast factory as well. He knows about the early gas.
All right, so INnoVation getting some knowledge, and we have, you know, we're looking at some trivia for Maru right now on screen. And Maru, when he first, that SCV going to get out just okay. You know, SCVs always have a tough time, and I know Doa loves to really sympathize with the poor SCVs, but we will never know, because hopefully none of us ever have to go out in space and construct these buildings while getting harassed by another drill in our back.
That would not be the best way to spend my Friday afternoon.
All right. So, you know, Maru, super young guy. When he first showed up, it was a school league. And as an elementary school student, he all-killed a group of middle schoolers, which in Korea, like, if you know the culture, to take out, like, elders in any competition is a huge deal, right? And that's where he made his big splash, and that's why he stuck around, and people knew his potential from there on. But Maru going for that straight starport, so most likely going to see some drops here, perhaps with a Widowmine or two, excuse me.
Widowmine's certainly an option here. We see Tech Lab. That's looking like we're going to be seeing some Banshees instead here. You know, the Banshees recently, cool, we got some foreigners in the crowd. Thanks for stopping by, guys. Always fun to see foreigners in the crowd watching some StarCraft.
All right. INnoVation, meanwhile, went for a quick second command center, and so we are seeing that switch up, so you are on the right track, Whiplash. Hopefully, yep, there goes the starport onto the Tech Lab.
Yep, and he's got a lot of gas stockpiled up, so wouldn't be surprised if we saw Cloak. Yep, Cloak on the way. We also have that first Banshee, a Widowmine following up behind this, so there's a lot of potential for a drop after the Banshee harassment here. Should it prove to be a little bit successful? If not, the Widowmine's going to, of course, be used for a bit of defensive purposes as well. We have seen, actually, you know, back when INnoVation, he was playing against Fantasy, and he used Widowmines or turrets perfectly to defend against drop harassment.
Yeah, there you go. So INnoVation definitely, you know, is expecting something similar. He has those Marines in place, looking out for a drop. And INnoVation, we've seen him, you know, even like get harassed by drops or early rushes by Zerglings and lose a ton of SCVs and still come back. He never loses his calm. And we are looking at a Widowmine scurrying across the map as quickly as he can while this Banshee starts floating on over.
So Maru is going to be the one to open up with the aggression. Of course, you know, he went for the gas first, so to be expected. But look at INnoVation, man. He's already got a lot of Marines in the main base there, looking pretty prepared. Oh, showing off some Hellions here. We could see INnoVation just straight up going to mech this game, and the Widowmine!
Oh, gets the front Hellion, and INnoVation's like, well, gonna have to back off from that, and so he knows Widowmine's on the way. This Banshee, however, is going to get chased around a little bit by 6 Marines and then a Viking. So INnoVation's okay against this Banshee for now, and you know, he did lose 1 Helium, but not too big of a cost for a player like INnoVation right now.
Yeah, just 100 minerals, not a huge deal, especially when INnoVation got the faster command center as well. He's got that extra economy here, and oh, the SCB with the low health gets picked off. A few more going to fall as well. The Marines are going to try to pick that off, though.
All right, so the Banshee doing some decent damage and is trying to skirt around as much as possible. He's kiting around the outside just well enough, and INnoVation not feeling like he wants to use that scan just yet. The Vikings are in place, so as soon as that scan comes down, that Banshee will disappear. So, you know, a handful of SCVs, but the missile turret is now finished. And so INnoVation feeling a little bit safer, one at his natural also.
Excellent turret positioning as well from INnoVation. He just wanted to be really safe, making sure that he could pick off that first Banshee. And look at this. Maru trying to be a little sneaky here, has that Widowmine in position, seeing if he can force a few of those Vikings to kind of run into that Widowmine, take some extra damage. INnoVation, though, he's getting this cloak as well, but hold on a second.
Ooh.
We got a push here from Maru, man. He is non-stop when it comes to the aggression.
What is this? Maru actually perhaps succeeding in distracting INnoVation right now with this cloaked Banshee. The tank is coming in with another Banshee and a handful of Marines. The Widowmine in place, so INnoVation can't move forward yet to figure it out, and this Banshee is just forcing all sorts of pressure on here. The Widowmine moves up. It's going to burrow all the way in before it gets taken out. So INnoVation is now holed up in his own natural. The tank's going to move on forward to draw some fire from the Helians. Here comes the second tank with all the Marines in the back. The Vikings focusing on the Banshee. Banshee cloaks in. Oh, man. The Widowmine doing some damage there, and the Helion goes down. A Banshee comes out for INnoVation, though. INnoVation now just has to hold this off as much as possible. The forces aren't coming in too much from Maru, but some backup is on the way, and Maru's actually just pushing in, man.
Oh my, Maru's already killed a ridiculous amount of workers here. He's actually really far ahead. The scan goes down, killing off the Banshee. GG is called! What a first game, Maru!
Wow.
Completely
Never.
Esports. So over here in the bottom right, he's up so far. Let's see if he can keep the ball rolling. He is.
Master Maru Prime.
And in the upper left, were we wrong in predicting him to win this series? We'll find out soon. He is.
Grandmaster STXO INnoVation.
You know, if INnoVation was to lose this, I would love it if every game looked exactly like that. Like Maru just keeps doing that strat. He's like, well, I go cloaked Banshee, I kill a bunch of your Marines, and I bring my own Marines and kill you.
INnoVation's like, well, god damn it, man. I guess I don't get to play a serious game, man. We'll see. I mean, that would be fun to cast.
There's nothing more serious than a one-base all-in tasteless.
That's true, Artosis.
And that's a good one. I do like the one that he did because it has a lot of skill in it where you're microing quite heavily, and behind it you have to keep your production up because your second push is very, very important, but cannot succeed without the Banshees doing some damage.
You know what's so smart about it, too, is these really good players, they're okay losing Marines as long as they don't lose that many SCVs. So one of the things the strategy's hinged on is this guy being willing to drop an extra mule or two, let the Marines sponge up damage, and then the result is that the second attack actually does more damage than one would expect because the Marines were soaking up so many hits early on.
That's very true, and don't forget that INnoVation went for counter cloak, which is something that we see a lot. Someone opens Cloaked Banshee, going cloak back against them can be very nice, because if you open Cloaked Banshee, your economy's a little bit slower, and you're going to have a higher price on your mules being dropped or versus scans. So, like, that's normally a nice decision. Here, though, when there was a counter follow-up, you know, you would have been better off going into, like, let's say, siege tanks.
Yeah. Well, it's funny because that counter with Cloak, it is really good, like you said. But it does give a window where the other player can continue to be aggressive.
Yeah. All right. So we have factories for both players. A little bit quicker for Maru, but I think that this is going to be a better situation for INnoVation
Is Maru
overall.
going to proxy something?
Yes, I think he's going to go for a starport over there. Ooh. Like maybe a proxy Banshee?
Think so.
Yeah, and if it is proxy Banshee, will he end up getting Cloak for it? That gets a little bit scary.
that can get a little bit tricky too.
Yeah.
Well, let's see. And another thing I'm thinking is if he does go for the Banshee, and I think it's safe to assume right now with the positioning of that SCV and everything, he probably will. That.
I just had this vision.
So funny?
I was trying to think, what else could he build there? Imagine if he built a sensor tower there. I suppose, like, what? Why is there a sensor tower down there as soon as it pops up?
So the only thing that he could do that would be worse is that he builds an armory there. I'm like, what?
Well, the sensor tower would show up immediately, right, with the dotted lines. So
The sensor tower
I
is a
dare
little
say
bit
the
of a-
sensor tower would be worse than the armory there.
That's so funny.
Maybe if you
I can
started
see his
vehicle
SCVs
plating.
moving.
Yeah. That's so funny.
Hidden vehicle plating rush.
Yes. +1 air attack, but he's going for Marines. It's like, what? Okay, so we do have his starport finishing up. Will we see a tech lab? Oh, a medevac first. Okay.
The only thing that made it weird is the proxy Viking. I'm like, I don't know about this Artosis. I think
Flies
INnoVation takes this
in,
one.
lands
it. Yeah, Marines kill it.
Oh, my. All right, so INnoVation is actually going straight into a Raven here, and I really do like that. He's being super careful here. He does not want to lose to any sort of cheese.
Well, he's definitely adjusted from, the previous game where he was just, he was investing too much into the late game, which allowed Maru, I almost called him Maru, allowed Maru to do the damage needed early on. Now here comes that medevac drop. Let's see how much damage it can do.
Well, with a couple Hellions in there and quite a few Marines as well, it could do quite a bit. And in fact, he takes out that Widow Mine. Very well done. The medevac doing its job, healing everything up. Going to have to throw down that auto turret, and does force him away for now.
All right, thank God for that auto turret. That was starting to do more and more and more damage, but a second medevac is being made. He's going for the elevator strat, Artosis.
Yes, he certainly
He's
is.
going to elevator this right inside his opponent's base.
Well, he's going to have to go land somewhere else, and in fact, he's going to. Of course, that Widow Mine was already killed off, so it's not going to be any good defense there. And here we go.
All right, he's unloading all these units. And this actually might be too much damage. I think we're going to go down to 2-0.
This could be tasteless. Maru, this is really nice. Oh my God, that's a ton of damage.
He just had to cancel that, I believe it was an additional command center. GG. Okay.
INnoVation is in trouble.
Creepy.
This is crazy.
What's happening? What if he 4-0s?
You know what?
I always think, like,
if he 4-0s with builds like this, just like one base all ins, it's... maybe it's time.
All right. So, in the bottom right, we have our player who's blowing me away. He's incredible so far. He is
Master Maru Prime.
his opponent over here in the upper left. He was the favorite, but can he turn this around now? He is
Grandmaster STXO INnoVation.
Come on, Maru. What are you going to do?
Maru,
yeah. Here we go, Tasteless.
All right.
Sick. So Maru's going for it, man. This is so funny.
Economy goes, what is that?
Economy, yeah, that's what I want to kill for
out
my
on
opponent,
my
right?
economics class.
Probably did to practice, man. The poor kid is so young, still in school. No, economy to him is something he has to kill for his opponent, and it is double barracks play. Look at that.
Look at this.
Yeah, see, it's not a bad map for it at all. Now, INnoVation. INnoVation.
Oh my God!
INnoVation. Are you going low round CC first? All right, so we're going to be going to Game 4. This is bad.
Oh my God!
He's going command center first. Maru made it far enough away. He's like, well, he's not going to scout all the way out here, and he's right. It's so funny. Oh my God!
Oh my God! Oh no!
This is craziness,
I'll
man.
just check over here for hidden barracks. Nope.
No, it seems like there's no hidden barracks.
I'll just make
When
a
those
command
Marines
center here,
walk
I'll be
in,
fine.
I think the INnoVation.
He wouldn't do it 3 times in a row. That would be a pattern.
INnoVation is actually going to. I think that he's not going to have the mental fortitude to win the series.
I think INnoVation loses the series because
especially when we saw him scout for those racks, they were just out of where he scouted.
Oh my God!
He just barely is on. He just. He could scatter.
Man.
Maru could turn on
He didn't
vision
even see
right
the
now.
SCV. Yeah.
Okay, and he would still win. So. Wow. Wow, Tasteless.
I feel like we should do something like, out of respect to INnoVation, we will be silent for the rest of this game.
Yes. Sounds good.
Yeah, okay, so it would take a
INnoVation's heart is about to break. He thought he was going to win.
This is the heart palpitation felt around the world.
Yeah. And there's nothing you can even do from here. Now, if he gets a miracle surround, maybe somehow, but of course, Maru's not going to let that happen.
Yeah.
5 Marines out. LOL. What are you going to build your own bunker?
Oh my God.
Oh God.
You're right. If Maru wins this 4-0, this is going to be like the shortest day we've ever worked as casters.
It could be. Even
it
shorter
is
than those PvP.
6:47 right now.
This is craziness, man.
And okay.
GG. Wow. I can't wait to see INnoVation's face.
All right. Wait.
This is
someone calling game that we got to get a shot of what INnoVation looks like right now.
This
he
has to be dead.
In the bottom left. Will he cheese again? We're going to find out soon. His ideas.
Master. Maru Prime.
I'm waiting for an SCV to leave his ramp right now.
In the upper right, we have our Terran player. Can he win this game and the next 3 after that? He is.
Grandmaster. STXO INnoVation.
All right. Looks like we're going to have a longer game than last game, Tasteless, already.
You know, I'm wondering also if we could see INnoVation actually cheese here. That's definitely a possibility.
Would you do that on, like, the match point?
It would be risky, but we've seen MVP do stuff like that and it works. I don't know if INnoVation's quite there yet on his comfort level of doing crazy builds when everything's on the line.
I do think that MVP is actually a level above basically everyone in the world with that type of
build order
that
rotations.
Ballsiness, where he's like, oh, match point, that's the perfect time for me to all in.
Yeah.
Like, I'm like, but you're better in a longer game against this guy. He's like, yeah.
Yeah, but that's fine. This is crazier if I do it this way.
Yeah.
Well, you know, Maru has a lot of wiggle room right now. He has to win 1 of the next 4 games. INnoVation right now is not allowed to make a mistake.
Yeah, he's not allowed to make any mistakes here.
Yeah.
I just can't wait to see what Maru is actually going to do.
Now,
it looks like they're both... Okay, there we go. Gas going down. All right. So probably going to see some actual command center built by Maru this game.
Now, you know, just because he hasn't done anything all in just yet, Maru hasn't, doesn't mean it can't happen.
Yes. Don't underestimate him,
Don't underestimate his...
He can still do some sort of crazy attack.
Yep. Well, this is going to be crazy. It would be a lot of fun, by the way, to cast INnoVation coming all the way back.
Oh, yeah, that would be insane. And, in fact, you know, while it could be pretty interesting to have Maru in a finals, I always do like to have repeat players in finals, kind of building dynasties and seeing if they can do it again and stuff, because it's so ridiculously hard. This is the hardest game in the whole world. You know, if INnoVation could get to a 3rd big finals right in a row, like, it's outstanding.
That would be something else.
But if Maru goes through,
I don't think we've seen INnoVation full-on encounter this much cheese at once. Because you don't normally see this much cheese until you are the best.
Yeah.
And you've been crowned the best, and people are basically acknowledging that you're the best for a while.
Yeah. Well, that's when they get really afraid of you. But Maru, I don't think he has any fear anymore, Tasteless. He's building a command center.
Yeah.
But what will he build after the command center?
That is the true question, Artificus.
Probably a factory. And there it is, a factory.
Now, it wouldn't hurt, though, for Maru to do this the standard game, too.
If he does a standard game right now, I feel like he needs to be, like, hyper-aggressive with it. Like, do something a little bit different to try to throw INnoVation off and get aggressive. Because if he just tries to play a macro game and INnoVation just slaps him down in it, I think INnoVation suddenly gains back, like, a lot of his confidence.
I think so. But, you know, the question is then if he wins the macro game, does Maru just shift gears again and go right back into cheesing? Because that's totally possible.
Maybe
I guess you got to take it 1 game at a time. You know?
Could Maru actually just be like a cruel conqueror like what he's doing right now. He's going to play a macro game to let INnoVation feel the emotion of hope. And then he's going to
crush his
hope.
dreams.
He's going to bring the hope up right out. Like in the next game, he like double proxy racks again, and right before INnoVation GGs, he GGs and leaves. And he's like, oh, look at that. Oh. And INnoVation's like, oh my god, you're toying with me.
Like a cat with its prey. Well, the starports are synced up here.
Yeah, they're doing the exact same thing so far.
Now let's see if Maru does anything like game number 1. The multi-pronged attack. Early on denying the first expansion.
They're actually doing the same exact thing. Like exactly the same. The multiple Hellions, Medivacs, Marines. I feel like I'm watching a ZVZ right now.
Yeah, we can just watch the...
I'm actually just sitting here watching
what is it, production tab, excuse me.
Another gas for INnoVation. What are you going to do, Maru?
Now, INnoVation is going with the initiative here, being what it looks like to be the aggressor. This could work really well, especially if Maru decides to pick up with these Hellions.
Well, not being able to do anything quite yet. You know,
Looping around here. Now, you got to remember, these Marines, they can't really retreat. You know, there are a few more units here for Maru, and he is starting to push him back. You know, INnoVation teched up a little bit quicker here. So Maru has actually given himself a little window where he has a few more units. It's not a lot, though. Nice spreading here. A little bit of mismicro there by Maru. But now dumping out these Marines. Looks like the 4 Hellions will get away and make that 6 total now back at INnoVation's base.
Well, he's going to have to really spread those Marines if he actually wants to attack. I don't think it's necessarily a good idea, though. And he spreads them, and actually, ooh, that was nice. Very quick spread there by Maru, dealing some damage.
Oh, my God. Okay, this might actually... All right, this is happening.
This is some serious...
This is not the Matrix right now. This is reality.
Maybe it is the
Matrix.
Matrix.
This is happening.
Maru turned out it was
to be Neo, yeah. Well, okay, let's see. He's going to have to micro with every fiber of his being right now.
Oh, my God. This is a lot of damage.
And he's going to land his Viking. Yeah.
And look at this. The Hellions are being picked off right now. Another Hellion comes in. Maru dealing a lot of damage.
Note he didn't get the wall off.
Maru's killed 12 SCVs.
Oh, my God.
What? It's still going to be bright out when I go home. What's going on here? Oh, my God.
Now,
so much
this game
damage.
might go on, but to recover from that, that's another story.
Yeah, and look, he's going to kill more SCVs.
Yeah, this is smart, too. He says, I don't care about the Hellions.
God, yeah, just suicide him. It doesn't even matter.
Yeah.
This is
my God.
Dude, he killed.
I can't believe that this might be a 4-0.
19 workers killed. God.
My God, man.
Maru just... This series is a bop.
This whole series is a bop. This is correct. So, if you're just now joining us, you might have missed out on the entire day here.
You're like, you know what? I'll tune in for game number 2. Sorry, guys.
Sorry, guys. It's actually game 4.
Yeah.
And Maru won the last 3, and he might win this one now. Okay, so what's important to note is that INnoVation lost a lot of SCVs. And it's very early in the game, which means it's even worse to lose that many SCVs. Because, you know, it's hard for the economy to get caught up. And look, he's going to keep doing it. He's just going to keep hitting SCVs here.
And he's killing a few. He can trade so much to kill a few SCVs. He has to be careful not to.
And if you notice here with INnoVation, his control's not even really top tier right now.
No.
I mean, you know, in his booth, he's probably thinking, oh, man, I messed up.
Yes.
It's game number 4 right now, and I'm losing in a series I wasn't supposed to. Nobody expected me to.
He has to calm down right now.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, Maru has a lot of different options on how he can play from here. He can play very defensively, which is fine. He can try to do another timing attack, which is fine. He can actually just camp and wait for INnoVation to take the third base, which is fine. INnoVation has to play, you know, at 110%. Of his normal play style if he wants to win this.
You said it before. He just doesn't look like he's playing at even 100% of his normal play. It's not the best games that we've seen from INnoVation. He's really kind of being torn apart.
I predict Maru to do another big attack up here at the front. he might use his medevacs to try to pull INnoVation into the main, and then he'll just occupy.
You know, as he gets 1-1, I could definitely see that happening because by the time that finishes up, look at Maru's supply pull ahead because he just has so many more SCVs and he has that third base so much quicker. So much quicker.
All right, the medevacs are now coming in. He needs to boost immediately, and he's going to dump out these Marines.
Oh, man, this could be pretty effective. A couple good auto turrets going down. Those are going to help him out and really slow this push down, but damage is being dealt.
Is he going to get the tank here? I don't know if he's targeting it, but it doesn't look like it's going to die in time.
Ooh, we got some Marines with that instead. And
now, had the auto turrets not been put up, this would be a lot scarier than it is right now.
Yeah.
And can you check for me on your PC, did the medevacs get away?
No, I think they
that.
both. I'm pretty sure they both. Yeah, they died.
Okay, so the medevacs were taken out. Now, you know, for INnoVation, that was actually a nice play. But take a look at the supplies here at the upper right side of our screen because that's the real story. 125 to 73.
Oh my!
That is such a massive disparity.
Maru has 73 SCVs.
Oh my God! Are you serious?
Yeah.
Wow.
Same amount as his supply. Like, this is insanity. He's killed 31 SCVs here. He should do an SCV pull, man.
Beat INnoVation with his own strat. He could. All right, stimming and now moving forward. Now Maru has to be careful. This could be somewhat of an overextension here.
Yeah, that was definitely.
That was a mistake. That was bad.
This is Maru trying to show off. Yeah, that's.
Well, the medevac, the orbital is trying to come down here and land over here at the third. By the way, Maru's already had his third up and running for a while now.
INnoVation, like, he's trying hard to take it, but Maru continues to rally up. Oh my God!
Oh man,
that's going to be pretty good.
And the main base is exposed.
Well, good luck holding this, INnoVation. This is going to be a really tough one.
Oh man, even a siege tank coming up here as well. And remember, Stim is incorporated here, which means it's just so much additional damage output.
And I think this is it, Tasteless.
I think you're right, Artosis.
I think this is actually just too much damage. He's killed so much. His Stim
31
just finished.
SCVs to 75.
Oh, wow.
Unbelievable.
INnoVation has been torn apart, Tasteless.
Yeah, limb for limb. So it looks like, you know, from here, I don't know what INnoVation can do to win. I want to be honest with you guys as viewers. Like, there's just, INnoVation, as good as he is, he's so behind. You can't really recover. We see him trying to reclaim up here the high ground. But at this point in time, yeah, there you go. This expansion now taken out.
He's just going to march forward. That is going to be absolutely it. And we are going to have a ridiculously young, talented player having the tournament of his life. Eliminating the best player in the world.
Upset GG that we've ever casted. What the hell?
Wow.
Unbelievable.
That is madness. That is madness.
So surprised. And look at Maru now.
Maru
he cannot hide the excitement.
It's his first finals, Tasteless. This is the biggest thing in his life to this day.
This is the biggest moment in his career. Thumbs up for Maru.